Welcome back to Excel Island, where we are trying to learn and master the Microsoft Power BI tool over the next 100 days. And today is day 33. We're actually continuing from where we stopped on day 32, which is building data models. We are actually on a course called Intermediate Data Modeling in Power BI. When we started learning all about data modeling, we learned how to build star schema and snowflake data models. Yesterday was day 32. We also learned how to build date tables. Sometimes it is called calendar table, or analysts call it date table or calendar table. We learn to build separate date tables for your data models to make your analysis and calculation with dates easy and more understandable to build. So welcome back to the channel. The goal is to learn Power BI over the next 100 days, and today is day 33. If you've missed previous lesson or previous live stream, you can catch those lessons on the live stream tab on the channel. Do make sure to go to the live stream tab, not the videos tab. Go to the live stream tab. You can see all the latest live streams. Also, all the task exercise files, Power BI files that I'll be using, and Excel files, which are CSV files, is already linked under the YouTube description. Do make sure to download those files and practice along with me. So without further ado, let's get back to learning and upskilling ourselves in Power BI. Welcome to day 33. So we're actually using the DataCamp platform. You can see this is where we stopped from day 32, intermediate data modeling. We started this data modeling intermediate part on day 32. You get it now. So we're going to continue today, day 33. We actually started learning from day one from scratch. We started introduction to Power BI and a whole lot of other lessons in the whole career track. And this career track actually contains 17 courses estimated for 48 or quite 50 hours. But you know, as you're learning, practicing, and trying to build reports and dashboard, do some data circulation, you are definitely going to spend more hours on it. So I started all this live streaming journey with data analysis in SQL. If you want to improve your SQL skills, you can catch those live streams on the channel. We're actually on data analysis in Power BI, and we are 42% throughout your career track. The goal is 100% for the next 100 days. And the good news is today is day 33. We are 33% through the live stream, and we are 42% in the whole career track. That means we are moving at a good rate. Do you get it now? So when we complete this data analysis in Power BI, the next goal is the data analysis in Python career track. So you definitely want to subscribe right now, put on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live or start live streaming this new content, which is data analysis in Python, and you don't want to miss any live stream. Make sure to finish this data analysis in Power BI with me over the next 100 days. So if I click on data analysis in Power BI, I'll just quickly show you what your career track looks like. That is coming up, taking just a while to pop up there. So do not forget to get all data set exercise files, Power BI files using the link under the YouTube description. You have access to all those files to practice along. You can see we have 17 courses estimated for 48 hours, and we've covered quite a lot. You can see we are on intermediate data. We actually started data modeling on I think day 30 something. I can't actually remember quite right. But do catch up on data model. If you are really interested in understanding data modeling from scratch, I will encourage you to start from this data modeling part, where you actually start learning and understanding the concept behind Snowflake and star schema data model. So we just continue from here. So you can see we have 4 chapters: master data modeling in Power BI. I'm looking forward to this case study, this HR analytics. After completing this intermediate data model, you can see we still have a lot to cover. Then we have DAX functions in Power BI, the intermediate DAX, and we'll go into this is ETL or EDA, that exploratory data analysis. Then we move to trend analysis, Power BI, report building in Power BI, report design in Power BI. Looking forward to this. Data connections in Power BI, deploying and maintaining assets. I think this is Power BI service, and that will be the end of the course. I'm looking forward to seeing you on this last course, which is deploying and maintaining assets in Power BI. I look forward to seeing you. So do well to join me, and let's continue learning from where we stop. So welcome back to day 33. So we are starting the second chapter of the course, which is granularity, measures, and hierarchies. So we finished this dimension and relationship yesterday.
Let's talk about granularity, measures, and hierarchies. Granularity.
A second, please. Yep, good to be back.
Let's talk about granularity, measures, and hierarchies. Granularity refers to the level at which data is stored with respect to dimensions. This is the minimum level of detail we can query. We can aggregate data to higher levels, but won't be able to break it down to lower levels. You can get a good understanding of the grain of data by listening for the word by when describing a table. You might define a table by customer, by product, by day, so the granularity is that each row represents the combination of one customer, one product, and one day. In the example here, the granularity is by ID, by NAICS code, by establishment age, by year. Note that fields like number of firms are not counted as part of the grain. Number of firms are measured based on the combination of dimensions. If you have data at the annual level, for example, there's no great way to break that data down by day.
Seconds, please.
Let's talk about granularity, measures, and hierarchies. Granularity refers to the level at which data is stored with respect to dimensions. This is the minimum level of detail we can query. We can aggregate data to higher levels, but won't be able to break it down to lower levels. You can get a good understanding of the grain of data by listening for the word by when describing a table. You might define a table by customer, by product, by day, so the granularity is that each row represents the combination of one customer, one product, and one day. In the example here, the granularity is by ID, by NAICS code, by establishment age, by year. Note that fields like number of firms are not counted as part of the grain. Number of firms are measured based on the combination of dimensions. If you have data at the annual level, for example, there's no great way to break that data down by day. In some circumstances, you might use an allocation rule to spread values across the individual days, but those are estimations and introduce known inaccuracy to your data. By contrast, Going from a finer grain to a coarser grain is easy to do with Power BI by aggregating and grouping. In Power BI, you can specify aggregations and how to summarize data. Grouping is the more detailed process, allowing you to specify the grouping of columns as well as specific aggregations. Both methods have two key benefits. First, with fewer rows, we can get better query performance when displaying visuals. Second, by storing fewer rows, we reduce the amount of memory needed to store this data, which can improve refresh time. Measures are fields or combinations of fields which can be aggregated or calculated. They make up the majority of fields in the fact tables. Measures can be gathered directly from the raw imported data, such as the fields from this fact table. They can be aggregated using sum, average, or count, for example. New measures can also be calculated from raw data to provide more insights. When you bring a numeric value into Power BI, it is automatically aggregated using the sum. You can change the summarization to other aggregation methods or use DAX. DAX is a powerful tool to create aggregations or new measures and is covered in depth in other Power BI courses, although we'll see some in this lesson. If you're new to DAX, Power BI has a dialog called Quick Measures to let you create specific types of measures very easily. Most quick measures let you choose a calculation, base it on a value, and group the data by some other value. Each quick measure has its own template, which is great for learning how to create moderately complex measures. Lastly, let's talk about hierarchies. Hierarchies allow users to drill down into the data dimensions. There are two types of hierarchies. Natural hierarchies fit clearly in the real world. A classic example of this is in the date dimension. Each year is made up of months, which are made up of days. Each level fits cleanly into the level above. By contrast, week is not part of this hierarchy, as a week may span across 2 months or 2 years. Artificial hierarchies exist only for the purpose of querying. For example, the intake year, favorite color, and favorite sport of students don't flow naturally from one another, but if users always drill down from intake year into favorite color and then favorite sport, this hierarchy makes sense. Let's test your knowledge on hierarchies before moving to Power BI.
Alright, I think we understood what is meant by granularities, measures, and hierarchies. I think I actually enjoy this granularity part more. It gives more context into understanding how a data is structured and, and so on. So hidden hierarchies. So choosing which attributes belong in the hierarchy can help users make sense of reports and include the ability to drill down in a natural fashion. As a result, it can make sense to group several dimensions into one natural hierarchy in your data model. In this exercise, you want to clean up your data model by creating two natural hierarchies for dates and products. Drag each hierarchy level to the correct natural hierarchy, date or product, that makes sense to the end user. The other attributes should go into the neither bucket. So number of products, definitely product hierarchy. Product name, definitely product hierarchy. Months, dates, calendar quarter, dates. Product subcategory. Okay, open week should be in the calendar. Product color can be here, should be here. Year, definitely be here. Week, I can say week is neither because week is not natural. Let's see, number of products. Nah, should be here. So this is a good product color name. Let's look that in. Ooh, product color. Can product color be part of the product hierarchy? That's funny though. Product, the color of a product color may vary though. If you're saying if you're building an product hierarchy, the product name and subcategory will naturally fit in there. Then the date hierarchy is your year, months, calendar, quarter. You sure know how to find your way around the hierarchies. Time to put the theory into Power BI. So let's put the theory into practice in Power BI. So we are going to hierarchies and measures now. We have one more video to listen to.
To create a hierarchy in Power BI, go to the Data view. In this example, Century will be the highest level of the year hierarchy. Right-click on the dimension you want to create a hierarchy on and select Create Hierarchy. You can rename the hierarchy by double-clicking it. There's also a decade field which can be added to the hierarchy by right-clicking and then select Add to Hierarchy. The same thing applies to the year field. It is entirely optional, but as best practice, it's a good idea to hide the other columns. Changing the granularity of the data by aggregating measures happens in Power Query. Let's say, for example, that you only need the sum of firms and employees per year, but that the raw data takes too long to load. You can then aggregate these measures in Power Query, which will speed up the process.
Oh.
First, let's duplicate business establishment by age. In the Transform menu, select Group By and click Advanced for better control of the aggregations. The grouping will be per year, which you set on top. And the aggregations for this example are the sum of the number of firms and the sum of the number of employees. You can rename the new columns here as well. This will modify the query and only import the fields we just specified. Let's call the table Firms Employees by Year, with every row containing the total number of firms and employees per year. Creating new measures in Power BI is mostly handled by using DAX. Let's, for example, create a new measure called Employees per Firm. You can use the divide function to divide the sum of employees by the sum of firms. The divide function has the advantage of not throwing an error when the denominator is 0. Note that this new calculated measure won't show up in this table, as it is only run when you use it in a visualization. The last thing to demonstrate is the use of quick measures. Quick measures give the ability to generate some moderately complex tags based on an interactive template. For example, let's calculate a running total of the number of employees per year. Select the calculation, running total, the base value, sum of employees, and the field, year. So, how does this look like in the report? Let's create a matrix with the year hierarchy on the rows so that you can drill down into century, decade, and year. Add employees, firms, and employees per firm as the values. By using these collapse buttons or these drill down buttons, you can see the individual rows per year or aggregated by a higher level in the hierarchy. The running total can be visualized using a table with the year and employees running total column. You can see that there is a consistent increase over time until we get to our grand total of 1.3 billion employees. Up to you now.
Okay, let's get our hands dirty and practice So we want to practice building a hierarchy, changing the granularity of a query, measures and quick measures. That's quite interesting. I think let me open. So, I want to open my data, my Power BI files. So the instruction now says build a hierarchy. So hierarchies allow business users to drill down into categorical data on Power BI visuals. It works extremely well in conjunction with visuals such as tree maps. So load build hierarchy Power BI file. So we have those files there. That's 2.1. We also have, I think I'll just continue with this file that I was using yesterday from day 32. So in the data view, create a hierarchy on subsector on the NAISC code dimension. Rename the hierarchy to NAISCS code hierarchy. Let me see. Do you have subsector here? Let's look at this. Okay, we have a sorry. Let's look at the NAISC code. We have a subsector here. You can see right here. If I go to the data, this was what we were using yesterday. You can see our data model behind the scene here. Looking great. We actually have two fact table here. This business establishment by age and summary statistic for manufacturing. So all other tables are dimensions. So let's go back to this place. I'll just create a new page for today. So I want to create an hierarchy and we are to call it. So I'll just right click on it. I could just select this more options button here and say create hierarchy. So it's going to create hierarchy. So you're going to maintain the name subsector hierarchy by default. I think that's what we are supposed to name it. We have to rename it to NAIC S code hierarchy. I'll just click on more option again and click on rename. So you can see, so we just change the subsector to NAICS code. We just renamed it, you can see, and it jumps up. I think you can actually move it down. You can move it down, it's going to give it the name alphabetically. I think we've done that. So the next instruction says add on the following columns in this order to the hierarchy: industry group and 2017 NISC code. We want to add industry group to the hierarchy. So let's add industry group. This, I'll just right click and say add to a hierarchy. So it's going to point me to how many hierarchies I've created in this Power BI report. I'll just add it there. Then it goes on down it. Let me just switch off my camera real quick there. You can see it has added it to the top. Okay, this is my code here. This is my NIC code. You can see subsector, the industry group. Below that, the last one is 2017. This one here. I'll right click, then add to hierarchy. Then it goes underneath it. You can see it here. So we have a hierarchy created already. You can see that. So the next instruction now is to navigate to the report view and create a new page called summary stats. So we already have a page. Let's rename it to summary stats. We have that as summary stats. Then add a new tree map visual with the values of, okay, let's add a new tree map visual. Tree map, there's a tree map right here. So let's look at the values we want to add to the tree map visual. I could just add, have to bring it up. This is much more bigger like that. We want to add the number of employees from summary statistic data sets split by our hierarchy, number of employees from here. number of employees from the summary statistics. You can see we have it right. I just click here. They drop it. We want to split it by. These are the values. The category is going to be by our hierarchy that we've created. I just click on the hierarchy. There you can see. Oh, probably we need to drill down. So we can drill down, expand all down one level into the hierarchy. We can drill down on the hierarchy. Let's see. So add the slicer for year from summary statistic for manufacturing and set to 2018. Okay, let's add a slicer. I could just bring it down a little bit right here. Let's bring in a slicer real quick. Slicer to the top. Says right here. Then add a slicer for year from the summary statistics. So if you go to the summary statistic, we have the year, onto add the year to our slicer right there. And set to 2018. Okay. We have to set it to 2018. This 2018 to 2019. But let me just change my slicer settings. Let me format my slicer and change it to a vertical list. I prefer vertical list. Oh, okay. 2018. So enable drill down on the trimmer by selecting the down arrow mark. Click to drill down. Try and click on the category on the trimmer to drill into. Okay. Let's click on this drill down button. Oh, we are now looking at number by subsector. Then by kind of rough. I think we need to go back up. Okay. Let's see the question to answer. How many employees were hired in the manufacturing sector with NISA code 3255 325510 in the year 2018? 2255 325510 in this sector. This is subsector. Let's do it down. We can see this is so rough. Let's make it wide a little bit. Only for subsector of 3255. Oh, this is a lot. And this is not a good visual for this, but we'll just manage it. Okay, I think we can see the rest of that is 325510. This 31. And 32 should be somewhere here. This 32. Okay. I'm trying to make it wider. This 33. We have gone too far. Is there more below? I don't think there's more below. This 3253. Okay. This will be 3253. 3255. Only for the code 3255. It's 3253. How did I get 3255 out of here? Without actually looking through the whole. This is 3253, 3254, 53, 53, 53, 53. Oh, I've missed 3253. I think there's 3255 code here. Uh-oh. Trying to find 3255 is 3263. I think this is 3255 here. Oh, subsector industry group. Let me see what I'm looking for. How many employees were hired in the manufacturing sector with NAIS code. The NAIS code. Okay, let me do it down a little bit. Oh, industry, number employee by subsector, industry group, and NAIS code. Ooh, this is way too long. Way too long. I'm looking for a way to filter it down. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Okay, this is 32. I think what I'm going to do is start from 32.55. Let's look for 32.5. This is 32.5. So you can do it down into 32.5. I think I've seen 32.5 right here. 32.5 code. 32.5, then 510. If I do it down one more time, this is 32.5. It's saying blank. Why is it blank? Hold up. I think I've seen 32.53. What am I missing? 32.55.10. This is 32.25. Mm-hmm. Okay, 32, that's okay. This is a group of 32.6, 326. So the group of 325 is right here. You can see. Okay, I think I've understood how it is grouping it. Ooh. This is 32.5. Okay, 32.5, then 510. Number one, I couldn't see anyone that's incorrect. So let me go back and look for it. This is how to use a filter on the visual. Oh, I haven't said it. Okay, it's 2018, 2018 or 2019. So the question says, how many employees were hired in the manufacturing sector? In the manufacturing sector. Oh, I think I need to filter down. Oh, I'm not doing my filtering correctly. Manufacturing sector with this code. Okay, let's add a filter to this page. Let's go to data tab. So I think we need to add a filter on the sector, but our subsector is going to show us. Let me look at our data here. Subsector. Okay. Establishment by age code. This is geography. The NAIS code is going to show us subsector 311. Some statistics. The year. So we are looking at the subsector here also from this place right here. So I did not figure out. Let me be patient with that. So if you look at our hierarchy code here, where's our hierarchy code here? Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back to my visual. We have our hierarchy code here. So we are after the NAIS code, the 2017 NAIS code. So if I just drill down a little bit, it's okay. Let me be patient. It's enable drill down on the tree map by selecting the down arrow marked. I have to enable drill down. Add a slicer for year from the summit and set it to 2018. Okay. Number of employees by subsector, industry group, and NIS code. Okay, I'm looking at my hierarchy. The first one is subsector. What if the code comes first? Okay, let's see. If I follow the order, add a new. Okay, let me follow the order of the hierarchy. Add the following industry columns in this order to the hierarchy: industry group, and you can see. So we start the hierarchy with subsector. So that means I'm on track. So I'm thinking I didn't start create the hierarchy pretty well. Subsector industry group 2017 AIS code. Okay, what if you rearrange it? Okay, I'm curious. Okay. Let me look at the data here. Now, really looking at so I've removed under the hierarchy, I've removed this subsector and sector, but that will have spread. I won't be able to do that again. That's another challenge. You can see. Let me create the hierarchy back. You can see we still have the hierarchy there. I can just delete the hierarchy. Let's bring it back in. Okay, it is back in right now. Okay, so let's try it one more time without taking a hint. So how many employees were hired in manufacturing sector? Manufacturing sector. This is subsector. Okay. So let me add. You can see we have the NISA code in those. I set down to do the code like this. Okay. I could look for that code myself right here. You could search for it though, just to save time. 325 510. This is right here. That will filter it down. You can see the number of employees now is that is 58,166,475. 58,166,475. 58,166,475. Ooh, that is still wrong. Now I'm looking at the number of employees by subsector, not the sector. That's the challenge. Okay, we are back to the number. So let's add this is subsector, but they have mentioned the manufacturing sector. Okay, I think I know what to do. So let's go under the sector, industry group, industry level. So let's look at the table view. So where do we have the sector information? Okay, meaning of NIS code is right here. Do we have it here also? All of them are in the manufacturing sector. So I don't even need to filter down to the manufacturing sector because all of them are in the manufacturing sector. So but we're after the code. Okay, this is key and seems getting hard to figure out. Well, let's look at it one more time. It says enable drill down on the tree map by selecting the down arrowed mark. Down arrowed mark. Okay. Go to the next level in the hierarchy. Okay. I was selecting this one initially. Expand all down one level. I was selecting the wrong code. Okay, let's use this. It's almost the same thing. Enable drill down on the tree map by selecting the down arrow marked. Click to turn on drill down. Try and click on a category on the tree map to drill into. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think I just got it right now. Drill mode is on. Click on a data point to drill down. Drill mode is off. Okay, so I can actually drill down right now. If I go up and back up, click to drill down. It is on. Then I'm looking for the subsector 325. So 325, this is it. So I can drill in right now. So I'm looking for number of employees for 510. This is the right thing. Oh, I also got it now. 3581. Okay, my mistake was not enabling the drill down button initially. So I figured out my mistake. So after this, the number of employees is 58166,475. I think that's what I input earlier. 58166. Exactly what I inputted earlier. And saying I'm wrong. 58166. The question says, how many employees were hired in the manufacturing sector with this NISA code in the year 2018? Let me select the year. So the number of employees is for both year. If I filter down to year 2018, then it's reduced to number of employees, 2017 NIS code, 325510. 325510. So definitely I'm getting the right answer. This looks like I'm getting, it doesn't look, I'm pretty sure of this answer. I don't know why I'm not getting it. Let me take a hint. Okay. Once drill down is enabled on the tree map, you can drill down by selecting the category you wish to drill into. You can also drill up by clicking on the first arrow underneath the tree map. Okay. First arrow. This is the first arrow. We drill up back, but drill down is enabled, so you can click on any category and also drill inside. So industry group, subsector, they are in the manufacturing sector. Oh, cool. So the full hierarchy is subsector is 325. You can see subsector here is 325. So I was correct. Subsector is 325. Then the industry group should be 3255. Absolutely correct. 3255. Then the code is 325510. That is the 2017 AIS code. This one 325510. So the figure is the answer now apply is 58,166,66475. 58,166. Am I missing 16 there? Is that 26? 58,166,475. 58,166,475. I absolutely got the answer. Because the answer is correct. Let's see if I click on show the answer. Let's see the answer. Okay. Um, let's see show answer. Oh, this is absolutely wrong. 35569. How come? It's not showing 35569. Uh-oh. There's definitely something is wrong somewhere. But absolutely cool. I was able to get how to drill down and solve the problem. This is disabled, so I can drag back up. That's interesting. So let's move on. 35569. 35569. But I don't believe that's the answer. For the sake of time, let's move on to the next. Okay, let's continue. Probably we are going to get this answer. Probably has an excellent data aggregation capabilities, but often you want to pre-aggregate data in Power Query. So I tend to, actually, we are going to Power Query, change the granularity of the query. Okay, but often you want to pre-aggregate data in Power Query before exposing it to business users. For example, suppose you retrieve data from a system that tracks individual debits and credits from an accounting system. You could aggregate these individual operations up to the daily grains to make it easier to spot patterns and keep files sizes smaller. In this exercise, you aggregate on the average amount of number of employees per year per geography ID. Okay. In the Power Query, duplicate the business establishment by age group. Okay, let's go to the Power Query. Let's just drill up. And we are back to normal. Let me unfilter this. Okay, so let's move into the Power Query tab. So we have to duplicate the business establishment by age. Oh, this is it here. Duplicate. Have a copy here. Then it says rename to establishments. I have to rename this to establishments. Then the next instruction now says select ID and year columns and then open the go by menu. Select ID and year column and use the control key to select those two columns and go to transform group by menu. I think we are going to advanced grouping, definitely. So in the group by window, add a new column. Add a new column, name average employees as the average of the number of employees. Add a new column, name average employees. So it will be the average of the number of employees column. That's cool. Then close and apply the changes. Okay. As you can see, the ID, the year, and average number of employees. I can just go to the group by section again and change it to employees. Okay. In the report view, create a new page called establishments. Let's close and apply our changes. Probably I'll just go back to the solution file to see how the mistake I made from this visual. Yeah, definitely. Well, let's continue first. Okay, add establishments report page, establishments. So in the report view, so we have to add the line charts visual, line charts. We have to add the line charts to our visual here. So for the line charts, the field to add is the average employees by year from the establishment table. Okay, from the establishment table just created, average employee by year ID. Oh, you just open it on the one, as you can see, average employees by the years. That's interesting. Then it says, in which year is the data set? In this data set, did the smallest average number of employees? Okay, did the smallest average number of employees in the manufacturing sector occur? Okay, smallest, right? That should be the year 2010, because it's the smallest here. 2010. Oh, we got that. And definitely the challenge, this previous challenge on this summing statistics, definitely probably is wrong on the data camp. The answer set on the DataCamp platform is wrong because we actually use same data to answer this similar question and we nailed it. That's interesting. So let's continue to the next challenge. We can't always get everything. I think this is the last concept, which is measures and quick measures. The last challenge here. So this one says measures and quick measures. Sometimes your data set will include all of the measures you need for analysis. Quite often, however, you will need or want to create your own measures in order to make data analysis easier for business users. In this exercise, you are asked to investigate how the number of employees per firm and by age of establishment changed over time. You are going to create your own measures, both manually through DAX as well as using quick measures to answer the last two questions on this chapter. Okay, let's move on. In the business establishment by age table, create a new measure called employees per firm. Okay, I think we are going to the data view. In the business establishments table, okay, the new measure is going to be sum of employees divided by the sum of number of firms. Sum of number of firms. Okay, I think we have number of firms there. I have the sum of the employees. I'll just say new measure. Let's say so. The new measure is going to be called employees per firm. Which is going to be divide. I think that's going to be divide. That should be sum of number of employees. Then we can bring in a sum function there. The number of employees. Have to be careful to select the right column. Nope, wrong column. Number of employees divided by our denominator should be number of firms. Sum of number of firms. Number of firms is there. Hit the enter key. We shouldn't have any error here. You can see where's our employees per firm. Here it's a measure. So we have it right there, locked in. So we're going to view that or calculation using a chart. You can actually see it as a column in that table. So create a quick measure. So we're going to create a quick measure also. So I can right click and click on new quick measure. So our new measure is going to be a calculation called use average per category as a calculation. Okay, average per category. Okay. So we want to provide the base value. Is going to the value you want to average, then the category in which you want to calculate the average. Okay, so use average per category as the calculation, the sum of the number of employees from business establishment by age as the base value, and the establishment age code from establishment age code as a category. Call this new measure average number of employees by age. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Up, number of employees. Okay, our number of employees going to be the base value. Number of employees from the business, from which table? From here. Let's see. That's our base value. Wrong base value. The number of employees right here. How about the category? Our category is going to be establishment age code as that. Oh, we have Copilot option here. Oh, I don't have my Copilot enabled. That's interesting. How do we name this new measure? Let me click on add. Okay, this is it. You can see then it's going to write out the calculation for me. I don't even need to understand the calculation if I can know the values I want to use. Average number of employees by age. So let me rename it as average number of employees by age. Then we could lock that in. Lock it in. Working on it. And we could close this tab or just minimize it. You can see that is average x. So it is using the sum x, average x, max x function. Interesting. So create a new page called jobs. Let's go back to the data view, report view rather. A new page called jobs. So in this new page, what do you want to visualize? Let's see. So our visual is going to be add a table visual with the following columns. That's quite a lot of column. Table visual. So how many columns do you want to input here? Under this one table. So that should be geographic area name, year, geographic area name. Let me just search for it. Geographic area. Nope. This is it here. We've added that. We also add the year. We have year from different places here. Year. Okay, geographic area, year, employees per firm, and average number of employees by age from business establishment age table. Okay, business establishment age table. Okay, this is the year from here. Which column do you want to add again? Want to add the number employees per firm. Employees per firm. I think that is a measure calculation. Employees per firm. Interesting. Then the next one is average number of employees by age from the business establishment. Average number of employees by age. We've added it there. I think those are all the columns we need to add. Is that we state are the single smallest number of employees per firm in the data set over all years. We state are the single smallest number of employees. Single smallest number of employees. Or I think we could sort it descending. Let's sort this data. Hold up. I need to know what I want to sort it by. That will make me easier. I can't be looking through the rows. That is way too long. Okay, let me look at the question again. So which states are the single smallest number of employees per firm? Okay, let me sort by number of employees per firm. Average number of employees by age per firm. Okay, then I think we sort it. I think this is descending. You can see employees per firm. So the smallest should, if I go to the last part here, that should be Montana. Let's log that in. Montana throughout the years. Okay. We state are the single smallest number of employees per firm in the data over all years. Over all years. Okay, let's log Montana in. Montana. I say what was the average number of employees by age for the states and year? For that state and year. Okay, what was the average number of employees by age for that state and year? Okay, average number of employees by age for that state and year should be 2470. 2470. Oh, we know this. Super easy. That was quite interesting. So Montana is correct. In 2010, Montana had an average of only 15.07. That means this question here, this part of this challenge here is definitely wrong on DataCamp, and as guys, I gave a feedback on that. So they were correct. It says Montana had an average number of employees per firm as 50.07. As you can see right here, 50.07 employees per firm. Note that this number was way higher in the 70s and 80s. So 2,470 is indeed the correct average number of employees. That's 2,470s. And it says magnificent measure skills. Expanding your DAX knowledge will take a whole course, but with these simple examples, you can already improve your reporting and analysis capabilities. I think we nailed this section. Just face a little bit of challenge. Under 1 hour, we were able to solve those challenges. So we are going to the next advanced modeling, which is working with relationship. That should be on day 33. All right, so we are going to stop here today. So this is the live stream for today. Alright, so if you found value in this live stream, do well to support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, put on the bell, the notification bell, so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live or drop a new content.